In the end, it doesn't even matter if I give Tony timestamps. I'll start recording, by the way. Because we're in Tangerine, buddy. We just go straight into business. And this is Doom 2.
Raw dog timestamps.
This is Doom 2 ray traced. And not only is it ray traced, Tony. For the so I played through the first Doom entirely ray traced from that mod. This combines so Doom 2 is also ray traced now thanks to a mod, but it also combines it with the excellent Voxel Doom mod, which adds 3D voxel models to all of the sprites of Doom, and I think it looks really good, especially with the ray tracing. Another thing it does, it adds like liquid blood shaders every time you kill an enemy. It just has this like giant pool of like liquid shader blood that comes out. I did not like it so much. I thought it I
thought it was really cool personally, but yeah, it's cool that like there's all options you can turn off and on though.
Yeah, I think personally, I think there's like a fine line between like retro aesthetics and then just almost looking like gaudy or tacky, I would say.
Right.
Like honestly, like you know those videos on YouTube where it's like, I remade Sonic the Hedgehog in Unreal Engine 5, and I'm like, this has zero art direction, and all the comments are like, Sega, hire this man. I made Mario in Unreal Engine 5, and he's ray traced, and it's just Nintendo, hire this man. Although, given that it's Nintendo, they would probably sue him. Anyway,
I guess it just doesn't show it is also.
Speaking of people who don't fucking sue people and have gone out their way to open source everything they've ever made, Doom. It's software, one of the few good guys in gaming.
Nice
and you know what they did, Tony? Because not only when this ray traced mod for Doom 2 came out, they basically were like, oh, fuck it. Let's do a free update that bundles together Doom 1 and Doom 2 and basically makes them a perfect night dive port of all of the Doom and Doom 2 games into one bundle. And fuck it, you know, like we do with Quake, let's get Machine Games to make a brand new expansion for the remaster, which I have played the first couple of levels of. I didn't finish it because I will get into why later, because there is a big difference between the mod version of Doom and the non-modded version of Doom. And as somebody who's been playing like the better part of probably like, I don't know, Doom and Doom 2 are like games I've played since I can remember. Like Doom is a game that is very nostalgic to me because it's one of the first games I ever played. I was like 5 years old playing Doom. Like I absolutely adore this game. And I've played through parts of Doom 2 when I was a kid, but I could never fucking remember anything. And I never like sat down and played through the entirety of Doom 2. So I was like, you know what? There's a ray trace mod that's come out. And just like, you know, when the Doom mod came out and I was like, oh, I'll test this out for 5 minutes. As soon as you sit down and start playing Doom, the magic happens where you're like, well, you know, I could keep playing for another couple of hours, you know, and then eventually you just, you know, play the entire game. I feel like one of the big distinctions between Doom 1 and Doom 2 is like, I feel like there's so much more of that like cheeky trolling going on where you're like, every time you press a button and then suddenly like 5 enemies spawn behind you sort of thing. It feels like it's much more like, you're getting trolled a lot more in Doom 2.
And more vertical as well, right? Technology improvement.
Yeah, for sure. Doom 1 feels a lot more like deep satanic stuff, like Romero stuff, and then like Doom 2 feels very much more like tech basey, I would say.
Metallics and...
Yeah. Fun fact, I have played the second level of Doom a lot because I have played myhouse.wad. So myhouse.wad, one of my favorite Doom mods, is essentially when you leave the house, you go to the second level of Doom, and I was really confused because I've never played the Doom 2 like fully. So I went to the second level of Doom and I said, "Oh, this is the second level of the mod." And when you finish Doom, the second level of Doom 2, it goes back to myhouse.wad, and I would just keep looping and looping. And I was like, "What the hell's going on? Is this broken?" So I have played Underhalls quite a few times now, and it looks great ray traced as well. This is not Underhalls, by the way, but I don't know if I have footage of Underhalls. But yeah, I've played a lot of Doom mods over the years, and one of the things you get very used to with GZ Doom is you have the ability to free aim. You can look up and down, left and right with the mouse. When Night Dive did the port of Doom 2 on Steam, they elected to make it as authentic as possible. They had, left and right mouse movement, which was available, even though most people were keyboard turning. There is an option to keyboard turn in the port as well, but they didn't add the option to look up and down, like vertical aim. And I understand that they're coming from the perspective of, well, we want to keep this as authentic as possible, but I would have loved the option to be able to do what we've been able to do in GZ Doom for the past, it's got to be more than 15 years at this point. Like, when was GZ Doom? Like, it's been a long time since we've had the ability to look up and down, or we've had the ability to jump, for example. Because there is a couple of strafe jump puzzles in Doom 2. Like, it's not like Quake rocket jump levels, but it is like you have to run very fastly at something, and I'm like, jumping, I think, it does kind of break some stuff in Doom 2 because it kind of stops you from going places based on the limitations of a strafe jump. But I do feel like having the option to jump as well might be useful for those annoying strafe jump things that you have in Doom 2.
Yeah. I guess it could be off by default, you could turn on.
Yeah. See, like, that's a strafe jump. I didn't need to do that, but I did strafe jump. But yeah, I think one of the biggest improvements of Doom 2 is the super shotgun. It's the shotgun, but better. Like, Doom 2 just has the best shotgun in the whole of gaming, pretty much. Oh, also, one thing I wanted to put out about this mod. Like when I played Portal RTX, when you have the path tracing RTX like remix thing on, it adds additional objects. So when you're in like the Ratman's room in Portal, there'll be like a 4090 GPU, and then when you turn off the path tracing, it doesn't exist anymore. What they did for this mod is because they've had to change some of the lighting in order to make it, harder to see potentially some of the areas. They've added like spotlighting, like these light bulbs, for example. If I turned off and it's very easy to turn the path tracing on and off. It's like a button change of like the tab key, I think it was. They've added these spotlights to make sure that you can always see where you're going. But also, if you look on the floor, a lot of the time they would add like arrows on the floor to kind of point you into the direction you're supposed to be going, which I really liked. Because like, with every one of these like old school like id games, there is always that level where it's like a fucking maze, and I spend like an hour just trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be going and just running in circles. There was literally a level on Doom 2 that was like a castle in the middle, and you had to go around and press these specific things on them a bunch of time, and I was following a video guide and I still couldn't figure it out, and I think I literally spent like over like an hour on one map, and I was like, fuck this, and I just no-clipped into the teleporter at the end. I was like, I can't be bothered with it at this point. Like, there is definitely like, as good as Doom 2 is, there's definitely still like some of that old school mentality of, even though I'm like running around looking at my auto map, and even when I have stuff like the additional arrows on the floor on some of the levels being like, you should go this way, or let's put lights to help you see, I still get fucking lost. And it's not like Spear of Destiny bonus levels bad of Maze. Like, it doesn't make me want to quit the game, but there's a couple of levels where I'm like, look, if you need to look up a guide, or you need to, no clip through a wall, I'm not going to blame you for that. So this mod includes ray tracing, full path tracing, DLSS. I think there's an option for FSR, and then there's also frame generation as well. I opted for DLSS 2 performance from 4K, which that is 1080p, and then upscaled to 4K. It looks pretty good. There was a couple of ghosting artifacts that I see back on the footage, but I wasn't really seeing too much of this in gameplay. So not too bad.
That's all that really matters.
Like when you're like, it's different. It's different to be like, oh, okay, I'm sitting back and I'm watching 4K footage, not playing it, and I'm like, okay, I see like smearing and ghosting on the screen, or like you do like a 50% zoom and it's like, oh, I can see the edges of the pixels here. Like, I guess with Doom, like you want to see pixels though in Doom. Like the whole, like that's what I like about voxel Doom is that it gives you the 3D models, but it keeps those like chunky pixels. Which I really, really love.
I think it can be. I think it's quite hard to do, like to get good voxel pixels to look like a certain theme. So like it is like its own art piece in its own to get it to look like the original. So yeah.
So Doom 2's unique arsenal, I think, because you've still got like the chain gun, the pistol, the BFG, but you have the Unmaker in Doom 2, which is basically like. Is the Unmaker an alternative weapon to the BFG? The BFG shares ammo with the plasma gun. Does the plasma gun exist in Doom 1? I'm trying to remember like what weapons are in what. Is it?
I'm not after originally.
Was the Unmaker in Doom 64? I know that the Unmaker was added to Doom Eternal, and it's from one of the original Doom games. Am I thinking of Doom 64? Anyway, but I think what I'm thinking of is that the plasma gun and the BFG share ammo, which is unique. Like, you choose between like getting your licks in with the little plasma gun, or you can have that big like. I need to kill a bunch of stuff really quickly. Like a lot of the ammo is shared across. And there's even unique weapons in the new expansion from Machine Games, which is really, really cool. Because they did that with like the Quake 2 stuff as well. They added like unique weapons to that, which I thought was really cool. Oh, so here's like what's originally looks like. Yeah. I think I was doing it so I was like, I kind of... I don't know if I was... Yeah, I think I was just showing off here. Sometimes I would like turn off the ray tracing and be like, okay... Sometimes it's a lot more readable to turn off the ray tracing and like figure out where I'm supposed to be going and then turn it back on. Like if there's like a room with bad lighting or something.
The game was designed without ray tracing originally, so...
But I think they've done the perfect system of, okay, you can turn it off and on, and we've added like additional lighting to help you see 100%. Stuff. I think Doom and Doom 2, I think, I think I still prefer Doom 1 to Doom 2. I think it's a Quake situation where even though like Quake 2 might have better mechanics and weapons, I think the atmosphere and just the atmosphere and the mood of Doom 1 is a lot more like demonic and spooky, and that's what I loved about Quake 1 is it's more like eldritchy and horror inspired sort of thing.
I would love to see more of both of those things. I know we still have a lot of them, but I still love to see more. So yeah, I do like those more than Metal Corridors.
The Doom 2 is just like, let's do everything but bigger, which is cool, and like the gameplay is like really cool, and like the Tony.
The gameplay of 2 with the theme of 1.
Yeah. That's not to say, Doom 1 doesn't have tech bases and stuff like that, but
it's still a bit
Doom 2 has like an entire set of levels that are like, it's like a bunch of outdoor building. Like Doom 2 is like hell on earth, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I still want like things like, I you could do hell on earth, right? I just feel like it should have like normal things being corrupted and twisted.
There's a map with like a bunch of skyscrapers like buildings. It's very confusing because you have to find a bunch of keys to get into certain buildings in order to progress through it. Like I was very confused on that level. Like here it's like here's a bunch. I think this level's called the Crusher. I wasn't looking if the level name come up, but I was like, why is this level called the Crusher? I spent all my fucking rocket launcher ammo killing these. What are they? Are they? I want to. They're not. They're tyrants. I think they're called. And then I'm like,
pretty strong then.
Yeah. And then I was like, wait a minute, I can press a button and I could have just crushed them all. That's why this level's called the Crusher. But I'll know that for when I'm speedrunning Doom 2 next. I'll know that for the next time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still definitely worth going back and playing these classic id games. I've not gone back and played one. The only one I've gone back and played and been like, okay, maybe, you know, this is more tedious than it's worth is like the bonus levels for like the Wolfenstein expansions. And that's because they're literally made by fans and it's like they're just giant mazes.
That's the thing you do.
But like play Quake 2, play Doom 2. They're still really fucking good. If you love shooters, you like, especially if you love boomer shooters, go back and play the original Quake and Doom games. They're really good. They should be like the gold standard for a lot of like new shooter design, like especially boomer shooter design.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the originals if you go to
but look at what you can improve. Be like, okay, this is like a fucking maze. How do we help with that sort of thing?
Yeah, with modern technology, what can you do differently? Yeah, absolutely.
But I want to show you this, Tony. The final boss of Doom 2 is the Icon of Sin. And the Icon of Sin's theme plays. And the thing is, I played Doom Eternal before I went through and actually properly played through Doom 2. And when I heard the Icon of Sin's theme, I said, this sounds a lot like the Doom Eternal theme. And then something clicked on my brain and I went, wait a minute, the Doom Eternal theme is based on the Icon of Sin. I just saw them the other way around. So this is the... Oh, hang on, I need to... Go back. This is the Icon of Sin theme. This is literally... Look how fucking cool the Icon of Sin looks in voxel ray trace form. How he normally looks? Voxel ray traced.
Yeah, I think I prefer the ray trace version. That's for sure. He does look really cool. You just want one in your living room. That's what I feel. Yeah,
but again, in like id boss fashion, you essentially stand on a platform and shoot a bunch of rockets into his brain, and that's how you beat the Icon of Sin. It's not like Quake 1 where you run around in a circle 3 times and then the guy dies.
I feel like there should be more enemies. I don't know. Like, should it be
I'm playing on the medium difficulty. Like, it would be a lot harder if I was, playing on the higher difficulties. The whole like. Also, I wouldn't have like up and down mouse aim if I wasn't playing on GZ Doom. So it might be harder to... And then also the whole time he's shooting like these missile cubes that are basically like telefrags. If they hit you, it's basically like a one-hit kill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Really so it's like you're dodging his projectiles while just trying to blast as much damage into his brain, right? I beat the par time for the Icon of Sin. I'm a bit of a speedrunner. I almost never beat the par times on these levels because I'm always getting lost. It's like par time 5 minutes, your time 38 minutes. I'm just like, I kind of run around in circles trying to figure out where to go.
Understandable.
But here's the credits for Doom. It's just like essentially you get to see all the sprites for the enemies, and you click and you get to see like their destroyed form as well.
And their names. I see you don't know the names of
Shotgun guy, heavy weapon dude. It's the heavy from TF2.
Yep.
I know most of the names of the enemies because they like I know Cacodemons. Hell Knights is what they're called. Okay. Baron of Hell.
They die really cool.
Because I was playing through Doom Eternal, I'm like, oh, it's a Cacodemon, it's a Revenant, it's a Pinky, it's a Mancubus, and people are like, why do you know the specific names of the demons in Doom Eternal? It's because in Doom Eternal, every gun counters a specific demon, so you have to like learn what demon is what in order to play through the game. Our hero dying. But yeah, I also played Legacy of Rust, which is the brand new expansion from Machine Games, and I think it's okay. It was very hard, I would say. Like, it definitely feels like it was designed for people who are like Doom 2 pros, like people who've played a bunch of Doom 2 before. And the second level, like the tech base was fine because you're just running around a small enclosed tech base. Also, soundtrack on this is sick. Really, really cool little chiptune they made for this this level. I really like it. I like the details they went into where you have like these little computers and stuff around. But what was I going to say? Yeah, the first level, tech base, cool looking, pretty fun. The second level, I like. Spent like, how long is this video? I spent like a good 15 minutes just walking around, just trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go. And it turns out I was supposed to trigger an event that would open like a wall by picking up a weapon. And I had no idea I was supposed to do that. So I just like was randomly walking around and I was so lost. So again, like even at this like new design level, I was still like sometimes struggling to figure out where I'm supposed to be going. Because sometimes it can just be as simple as press a button, but sometimes it's like you need to stand on this platform and pick up this weapon and then that will trigger an event. And I'm just like, oh, I was supposed to just know that.
Yeah.
And again, the Doom plus Doom 2, there's no up and down aiming. It's left and right aiming only, which you adjust to, but I would have preferred playing this through, you know. I'm sure you could probably port this into GZ Doom, although the mod browser for this game is interesting because it lets you play mods on anything that's like before GZ Doom, like Z Doom, but you can't play GZ Doom, so you can play like Thatcher's, well, you can't play Thatcher's tech base on the mod launcher anymore. You could play Thatcher's tech base and stuff like that, or like what's it called? Like Sigil, John Romero's custom add-on he made after the game came out. Like that's one of the official add-ons that they have for the mod browser, which they have updated and made better now. You basically had to browse through lists of like 100 mods and you couldn't actually search for anything, but they have updated it now, so it's actually a lot more usable.
Is there a search box?
I think there's a search box now. I cannot confirm or deny.
That's what I wanted.
So look. Players can now search for mods by name in the mod browser, yeah. They've added a search box. But yeah, like, so for example, your more advanced GZ Doom mods, like your myhouse.wad, would not work in the Doom plus Doom 2 official port. Which is kind of a shame. It's nice that we still have GZ Doom for stuff like, you know, I can be super fucking Mario in Doom, and I can, you know, Doom the Golden Stars, or whatever that mod's called, or I can play, you know, myhouse.wad, or you know, Ray Trace Doom, and it's cool that that modding stuff is still there, but obviously, you know, Ray Trace Doom is not going to run in the official expansion, but it is like definitely the easiest way to play Doom, I would say. Just download it off Steam. You're immediately playing through the campaign, you're immediately playing through the additional content and mods.
There are more hoops for GZ Doom though.
Sorry, what?
There are more hoops you have to jump through to get
Really, all you have to do with GZ Doom is download GZ Doom and then drop your Doom WAD onto it. That's how you install GZ Doom.
Okay.
But I mean, that is more steps than clicking download on Steam. Like.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that's all I got to say about Doom. Like, usually we do these mega Tangerine where I'll play like. With Quake, I will play like every single. Like, I played through the entirety of Doom 2, but I'll be like, I'm gonna play every single Doom mod on the Doom browser. I can't do that this time though, because there's like hundreds of them. But again, they are like keeping to that theme of Doom 2, but flexing a bit more. Like, you have this cool looking portal gate, and like, oh, there's unique enemies and weapons in Legacy of Rust as well, which is cool to see. So these are basically like tech versions of Lost Souls. Lost Souls are like the flying skulls in Doom 2, yeah. So that's pretty cool to see. Oh, and there's a train. I think you get to see it move.
Just a train.
No, you don't get to see it move. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It loves putting like fucking random trains in their Doom stuff. Like in, I think in Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, there's a moving train in that game, which makes me very sick.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah, having a level on a moving train is a great way to make me feel sick. Because you have in the background all the movement going on. It's just like, it just fucks with my brain so much. Anyway, yeah, check out
Demon Trains.
Demon Trains.
Yeah, I feel like it's a niche.
It's more like tech-based trains in Doom.
Right.
Tech trains. But yeah,
okay.
If you're interested in playing Doom or Doom 2, check out Doom plus Doom 2 on Steam, or also consider playing. If you have a very powerful computer, you can play Path Trace Doom. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.